Hello, my honeys. Welcome to the Black Dove Oracle. This is Kamara. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to this brand new channel. And thank you for your continued support. I really love reading the comments that you all make and just helping even kind of break down these messages even further. So, thank you for your just continued enthusiasm around this offering of mine. I really appreciate it. And thank you for encouraging me as well. If you're brand new to this channel, welcome. I'm a psychic medium. I channel my ancestors. I channel the divine ancient Sibyls who I believe all sit at the feet of the one God, Goddess, Mother. That's kind of how I think of my highest spirit. But yeah, all is welcome here. And I hope that you find these messages very helpful or at least intriguing, maybe sometimes humorous. So we'll see. So you have stumbled on a channeled message. I do these occasionally where I don't show the cards. I'm just channeling from spirit. I might use some cards. I mainly just listen to what spirit has to say. Sometimes it's your guides as well if they want to chime in. So this one is on your current reputation. And spirit said, put real talk. So I guess there's going to be a little something revealed that you need to, maybe a lot of something revealed that you need to know. So we'll have 4 groups. I usually just put up some avatars for those groups, but you could feel free to switch these avatars around. The timestamps will be in the description box. If you want to get in touch with me in any way, my email is in the description box below. I will not reach out to you all, and I will not solicit any kind of readings from you. So just know that and be careful, you all, in these tarot and spiritual streets, okay? So let's go to group number 1. I'm going to put group number 1 here. And let's see. I always forget to get my little tuning forks out, but I think it's a good way to clear the energy so I'm not having to light Palo Santo always. Okay, group number 1. What's your current reputation? And know that sometimes we're tapping into what other people are thinking and perceiving. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Or, it could be very true. So, take these messages where they resonate. They're also for a collective. So, take what you can use here. Group number 1. Let's start out with what your reputation is. You know what I notice about the avatar that's in the place of number 1, if you're going from left to right, is that there's kind of this violet aura around this being. And for some of you, you could be seeing kind of increments of the number 7 lately. But there's something that people are kind of noticing about you, group number 1, is that you have been using more of your inner wisdom lately. Kind of like they notice that you have really dropped deeply into some kind of spiritual vibration. Maybe in the past, Spirit is saying this is not something that you would have shared with people. But they're starting to notice too that there's something about your energy being even protective of yourself, like you're using this to protect yourself, to ground yourself, I'm hearing. Some of you, and this is very specific, may suffer with anxiety, and people are noticing that you are very calm now. You are not easily rattled, that you are even moving slower, I'm hearing. Very interesting. So people are noticing a change in, I'm hearing from spirit, in frequency from you, group number one. Yeah, it's interesting because I think you're showing in this current period, you're really tapping into humility, compassion, self esteem. Like these are things you're working on, and people see it. I think in the past, people might have felt like you were a little codependent, or they would have felt like you kind of clung to your closest relationships. They're saying specifically, like if you have a partner or a spouse, you were rarely seen without this person. But what they're saying right now is that you're kind of, with this new grounding of yours, you've gained a little more independence. You're not clinging to, if it's not a partner or a spouse, like friends, or like you're able, people are starting to see you on your own, and it's not that you're lonely or anything, it's just that you're having a good time. People will see you show up to the party by yourself, they're like, oh, where's so and so, and you're like, oh, they're doing their own thing tonight, I just decided to come. And so people are really noticing this about you, group number one, that you've decided that you could be independent, and you don't have to wait for people to do things that you want to do. Um, and there's just a brand new confidence about you. Some people are also noticing how, if you are single, how just illuminated you are lately. They're like, group number one is catching my eye. They might be talking to other people like, what's up with group number one? And people are like, I know, they're kind of glowing lately, right? And there's something about just how your heart energy is, it's just coming through your pores, group number one. And so, that's kind of like what they're experiencing of you currently. When we go deeper into your reputation, people talk about how you are a kind of person that doesn't like to stay in suffering, doesn't like to stay in low periods. And so you're a person who will go out and really pursue some of your own healing. And people are talking about how they're seeing you at yoga, or they're seeing you taking a music class, they're seeing you dancing. Like they're seeing you going out and exploring and getting to know different parts of yourself. And they really see you as someone who's very observant of yourself. I mean, you could be observant of other people, but right now, your current reputation is that you are really focusing on yourself, and not in a self absorbed way. You're just really trying to be the best, I'm hearing, healed version of yourself. And you're really taking a deep, long look at some of your behavioral patterns. There is a slight rumor, and it's not like a rumor, that you are going to therapy now, that you are either in therapy individually or you've joined some kind of therapeutic group. And people are like, wow, that seems to really be working for group number one. I wonder if I should do it. So, in a way, your reputation is that people feel influenced by you in some way. Now, this may be very specific, but Spirit just kind of popped it in and said, hey, mention this. Somebody has started a YouTube channel, and I think it's mostly about maybe your art or your daily life. There's something about how you're kind of doing, like one of those diary vlogs, is that what they would call it? Like, like kind of like you're just filming yourself going for walks, having a cup of tea. Maybe you're actually focusing on how you've overcome anxiety, and you're kind of putting it out there to share with other people. That's very specific. That might even be an idea that Spirit wants somebody to do too, I'm hearing. Like, people are really feeling inspired, group number one, with all the changes that you've made, because genuinely, like, they see it in your face, like you're glowing, you're smiling more than you are serious, more than you are down. What else, Spirit? Yeah, I mean, I can't say it enough. You're kind of got this goddess glow, regardless of gender. There's something about you tapping into your feminine energy, and people are feeling that. They feel like you're in your natural state now, like whatever was previous was not you. Like, really, people are making that distinction about you, group number one. Like, that was not really group number one. I could tell that they were going through something, because now they seem like their natural self. You have a lot of life force emanating from you. For some of you, you're kind of a little sensual. You kind of got that XY kind of energy going on, and you have some admirers out here. You have some people that are like, hey, what's up with group number one? I kind of want to get to know them. Yeah, like, you're sparking interest as well, group number one. Let's see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to share about this. I feel like it's a brand new you, but in many ways, people are giving you your flowers, group number one, and saying this is actually you, that you went out and discovered who was really living inside of you, not a person who was reacting to the environment around them. Yeah, group number one, you have someone who's interested in you. I mean, this could be someone who's a Leo. They could be a fire sign. They are interested. They want to offer you. they have a cup for you. They really do. Say more about this person, Spirit. Yeah, they are tapping in to what you're putting out. They see you reputation-wise as someone who's so generous and kind. They also see you as very compassionate, just like others are seeing you. And they've seen the Nine of Wands is coming up here. They've seen that you've had to recover from some real, missteps in life. Not whether they were your own or someone else's, but they saw that you're a person who's really recovered from a lot of things from the past. Specifically, for maybe just a small group of you, you may actually be in recovery. Like, you're not drinking anymore, or you're not doing, maybe you're not doing things that are kind of putting you in an addictive energy. You're kind of just like really grounded into yourself, loving yourself. Yeah, and this person's very attracted to it. Yeah, they see you as someone very spiritual, and this is appealing to them. And they want to know more about that, more about you, group number one. So let's see if there's any final messages here from Spirit, because yeah, this feels very uplifting. And yeah, I think that person who's interested in you will let you know. Yeah, Spirit is saying here, group number one, that your quest to heal, your quest to know yourself even more, it's been like an offering to your ancestors, believe it or not. Because there's something in your healing that's helping them to heal too. So maybe something that you were going through was not even only yours, it might have been a lineage thing. And they're saying, like, your healing is an offering to them. How beautiful. But they're kind of showing up really quickly, group number one, to say your healing work is helping them too. They're becoming stronger as you're becoming stronger. They're uplifted as you're uplifted. So keep doing that good work. Yeah. And you're going to find that this is soon going to expand in other areas of your life, like your material life. You're going to find that you are maybe opening yourself up to new opportunities and being able to save money. And it's really going to show in different areas of your life, this happiness, this healed you. Yeah. Some of you might be an air sign. You don't have to be, but you might be. And you're just in this element. If you, this is very specific, somebody might be from South Africa, because it's just this picture, Witch of Air, is reminding me of like a Sangoma, or like just someone who's like into the traditional dances. So dancing, that's the second time that's come up. It may be something that you are doing right now that people are seeing. It's giving you a lot of great medicine. So group number 1, I'm very happy for you. It sounds like a very good reputation. People are not only noticing you, but like I said, very inspired by you, very much even attracted to you in this energy. So thank you, group number 1. If you resonated with any of this message, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And maybe if you haven't subscribed yet, you're invited to subscribe to this channel and join the Black Dove Oracle community. Okay, my honeys, take care. And let's switch over to group 2. And we'll clear the energy. Hello, group number 2. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. In case you just clicked on your group, welcome. So this channeled message is about your current reputation. Real talk. That's what Spirit said in the last minute. They were like, add real talk. We're not doing fluffy stuff. And I was like, okay. Even though I think this is very much about, all the positive things, but we will see. And also know, this is kind of looking from the outside, maybe. So just know that maybe what people perceive may not be 100% accurate. Also, these are collective channeled messages. So please take what you can utilize and leave what you cannot utilize. I am just finishing shuffling up the cards. We've cleared the energy. And group number 2, let's get to the opening message from Spirit on your current reputation. Okay. What is group number 2's current reputation? Well, I'm going to say here, group number 2, that people are noticing about you that you are actually not that concerned about what they think anymore. In general, you're not that concerned about what a lot of people think anymore. That might have been something that kept you in a little bit of a chokehold, Spirit is saying, in the past. But what people are noticing now is that you are not worshiping all of the trappings of a surface level life. That's kind of how I'm hearing it. Like you are not, you're going deeper. Like there's something about how maybe in the past, the way that you looked, what you wore, what car you drove, how much money you were making. I think in the past that was like a lot of your focus. And what people are noticing now is that you're not worshiping those things anymore. And maybe they're noticing this. I'm going to ask Spirit, are they noticing this because of the way that you've kind of changed even who you're dating? Like you're not looking for people who are quote unquote supermodels, or got some kind of like outward reputation. You're going deeper. Yeah, I think before, you used to kind of be attracted to people who were, they might have looked good, but they were very dramatic, and there was something about how you found yourself in these relationships that you're just like, what is going on? Why is there all this drama all the time? And I think people are noticing now that you're kind of choosing differently. And I don't know, for some people, Spirit is saying you're choosing to be single a little bit longer, kind of just being in your own energy. And other people are noticing how you've chosen somebody who's completely different as a partner, different from people that you've dated in the past. And people are like, wow, they're seeing that somehow group number two as a maturity, or just like a real shift. And they're seeing that you're kind of just okay with being more authentic, like showing people a deeper side of yourself, maybe even showing people some of your feelings, some of your emotions. That's interesting. Like, people are saying, gosh, I never knew this about group number two, but we went and we had coffee the other day and we really had like a heart to heart. Like, I've never had this with group number two. And it's kind of interesting because Spirit is showing me, like, if you're male embodied or masculine, in your masculine energy, maybe even that's a better way to say it. You may have friends in that shared energy who just never felt like they knew you at the emotional level. And they're kind of having experiences with you now where you're like sharing how you feel, where you're like sharing sometimes your doubts, sometimes places where you feel really confident. Like, you're sharing more of who you are. And this is really, in some ways, it's tripping some people out because they've never had access to you like this. And in other ways, there's some people who are very grateful that you trust the relationship between you both to kind of share more vulnerable things. Wow. Yeah, your reputation, group number two, is that in many ways you are stepping out of the victim role. Maybe in the past, people felt like you didn't always take responsibility for some things that happen in your life. They may have thought that you really tried to get more of, you didn't have boundaries, or, like, you tried to kind of get more pity in certain situations. I'm hearing from Spirit, especially around relationships, ending and things like that. But now people are kind of seeing you, and they're even seeing, like, or I don't even use the word seeing, they're hearing you say certain things that include your accountability. Like, you're not only blaming the other person now, you're kind of like, and I could see where I could have done something different. And this is like, I mean, I don't know why Spirit's saying there's a couple of people, this is the new you is blowing people out the water. Like, wait, what? Your reputation too, going to work, is that you're very practical. Your colleagues really like working with you because you don't jump on the drama bandwagon. You're kind of like, if things come up, if dilemmas come up, you're kind of that person that steps in and says, hey, now let's look at what we have done that's worked, and let's see, like, why we need to change something. You're always there to ground the situation. And I think at work, people are really starting to see you as this talent for, especially when it comes to problem solving. Some of you might be an engineer, you might work in tech. You may do something around the sciences or math. So, somewhere in there, you may have a job like that where you're kind of building things, testing them. And if they don't work, you kind of going back to the drawing board. So, there's something here about you kind of having, and there was like a confirmation ding there from my computer. So yeah, there's something here about your reputation at work is growing for someone who's very, I got to say it, you have the soft skills, like you're able to work with people. You're not just closed off from working with others. Um, People also see you as someone who's willing to make higher risk moves, calculated, but you're still able to propose things that are out of the box, more innovative, and people are really liking that about you. I think that's something that people are starting to feel even inspired by, especially your colleagues, I'm hearing. Also, yeah, there's something about you that's willing to change, like to work with change, like to move beyond being stuck but go with change. So again, that's giving me more of an innovative vibe. Like people, spirit is saying, don't be surprised if some higher ups are looking at you to participate in something that's a little bit more forward, a project that's more forward thinking. You may get an invitation, or you have recently, to participate on something like that. And that's because people are seeing you as a next level thinker, group number two. I would say lastly, whether it's people at work or people, your friends, your family, you really seem to be very humble about all the things that you've been accomplishing lately. And some of your friends and family are realizing that you really do look out for people in your community, in your friendship group, and your family. You're constantly calling and checking in on people if you haven't heard from them in a while. You're kind of like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, what's going on? I'm checking in to make sure you're okay. Spirit is saying somebody's mother really loves that you do that. Because you might be like a grown ass adult, doing your thing, but every once in a while you just call, pick up the phone, like, hey, what's up, mom? What's going on? If it's not your mom, it could be somebody else in your family, like your dad. But it's just like that person, whoever this is, they really appreciate that about you. And so you have a reputation for being a good child. You know what I mean? You got a reputation for that. Let's see, what else does Spirit have to say about you, group number two? Yeah, I really feel like it's funny. There's this old saying, salt of the earth, like that's real grounded folks, people that you can rely on. Yeah, it's funny because even though you may not always think this is a good quality about you, but some people like the way that you take your time with things. You're not gonna rush out and rush up to do something. And people, maybe in the past some people might have complained about that, but I think right now you're so in your body about your own rhythm and how you're making decisions and what you need to do. You take your time, group number two, and people are noticing that when you do that, they're kind of noticing like, hey, group number two is about ready to bust out on something, because I see them kind of thinking about something, and people are really excited to hear what's on your mind, to get in on what you got going on. So that's interesting. You do have some people who want to kind of get next to you like that, because they see that you're, I'm hearing Spirit is saying you're a prodigy. I think that word of meaning, like you're kind of more extraordinary with the things you're doing. And again, I feel that that's at work. Do not be surprised if a person is coming towards you. It's going to be hard to tell at first why they want to hang out with you, or maybe be your friend, maybe be something more. There's something there. This person is like, hey, I have a little cup here, and wondering if you want to kind of go out, have some drinks after work, or want to go out to lunch, or there's something here with somebody at work. Spirit is saying for a few of you, this could be a crush. For others of you, this is somebody who really wants to get in on what you're doing at work. They really feel like you're a good person to network with. It could be a little of both, group number 2. Okay. Let's get a final message from Spirit on your current reputation. It kind of, these things are going a little bit back and forth, but currently, I think you are getting what your reputation is. But Spirit did include some things from the past. Yeah, you've got that pinnacle energy all over you. Group number 2, whether it's how you're feeling. If you're feeling good about your finances now, great. If you're not feeling good about your finances now, watch out, because there's a way in which you are starting to emanate um, abundance, prosperity. People really sense that you're getting ready to kind of level up, group number 2. And this is especially at work, I keep hearing. Yeah, people are noticing your work. They want to work with you. You're actually in the mouths of a few supervisors, managers, bosses, whoever you call these people. You're in their mouth. Like they're like, okay, notice group number 2. I really want group number 2 on my team, in my department. And you may low key hear about this later, group number 2, that there was like a little infighting. One manager's like, no, they deserve to stay in my department. And the other manager's like, listen, your department's not doing that much. And this is like letting this talent go to waste. I'd hate to see this person move to a whole nother company. I mean, really, you all, you've got I'm seeing like 2 managers really in an office with maybe the big boss. And they're going, hey, like we don't want to lose group number 2. They've got the kind of mind and the talent and the skills we need. And the big boss is like, okay. And the 2 are like, no. One's like wanting you to stay where you are, and the other one's like, no, let's transfer them. So really, if you haven't heard about this, or you're not kind of facilitating this in the background, group number 2, it is happening. It is happening. Okay, group number 2. Wow, it seems like you have a really good work reputation. And in general, you have a good reputation with everyone else too. So good work, group number 2. Thank you for letting me channel for you. If you resonate with any or part or all of this channeled message, would you give me a thumbs up? It's a helpful way to help me grow this channel. It just kind of lets you affirm that this is indeed your channeled message. And I will see you the next time, group number 2. Take care. So group number 3, let's clear the air. Welcome, group number 3. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. Thank you so much for joining me here for your channeled message on your current reputation. Real talk, because Spirit was like, this is going to be real talk. But understand, group number 3, that, this reputation are the opinions of others, and it kind of coming from the outside, right? So take what resonates. Know that we're doing a collective reading too. So some things may gel with you and other things may not. We have 4 groups in this reading. Feel free to listen to other groups if this doesn't resonate. And group number 3, we're going to get started shortly. I'm just shuffling the cards. We've cleared the energy. And I'm happy you're here, group number 3. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're having it's kind of the middle of the week, hump day. I had a client shift some things around, so I had a little time to work in a reading. And I'm really happy. I feel like I'm on a roll with these readings. And you all, let me know what resonates more to you if you've been subscribed to me for a while. And yeah, I really appreciate your feedback. So let's go to group number 3 here. So group number 3, your current reputation. What's group number three's current recipe? Of course. You have nature's wisdom. So, group number three, your current reputation is people are always seeing you outdoors doing something. Maybe you post on your social media, you're like on top of a mountain, you're bungee jumping, you're jumping out of a plane, you're hiking along the Andes. Like people are always like, what is group number three up to? Where are they? So you may be a Sagittarius. I don't know why I'm feeling that. Or you may be a fire sign. You don't have to be. You could be an earth sign too, or any, really. But it's funny because people are like, you're always on the move, but it's something like nature bound. And it's kind of interesting because I don't know why Spirit is bringing my attention to this one social media account, and I don't know their names, you all. I'm so sorry. I don't even remember if I saw them on TikTok or on Instagram, but it's like these group of women who are in their traditional, like Islamic Muslim clothing. They're wearing a hijab and they're out hiking in nature and different and they're doing it on their own. Maybe it's like two sisters or two best friends, but they've been doing like these really cool hikes in kind of like remote places in Asia. You all, if you've seen their account, let me know in the comments if you've seen their account. But it's so cool because I think one, they were making these comments. They were just saying that it's not really ordinary in their community for girls to, or, I say girls, but women to go out on their own, especially hiking in different parts of the world, like where some of it is like a little remote. But they're saying they're so welcomed when they go through all these different villages. And it just seems really cool. So group number three, it's kind of like what you're doing in a way reminds me of the energy of that social media account with those two women. The women, girls, they're kind of young. But yeah, I think there's something here about your reputation of like just you are enjoying life. You're actually surrendering to life and the things that you want to do. Maybe in the past, people saw that you tend to kind of just surrender your own authority, your own choices to other people. But I could have sensed that that was just maybe a younger you. And now you are really tapping into your own power of choice. And in many ways, you are discovering your world again, group number three. And people see that too. For some of you, if it isn't like going out in nature for recreational purposes, some of you have a reputation for doing work where you are going to remote areas to do this work. So maybe you're in some kind of health field, or you're doing some political work, or you're doing some NGO work. But people are seeing that you are going to remote places to do this work. Maybe you're going to villages that don't have, or cities that don't have enough resources, and you're bringing them. So people are saying that you're doing some really compassionate work. They're even seeing you as an angel, like they're seeing you as someone who helps those in need. I think too, they are seeing that if you are not kind of going to rural areas, it's interesting because Spirit's bringing me a few different scenarios. You may be helping people who are having really a hard time with keeping their own health up or their own care up. You may be working with people who are really trying to fight addiction, or people who are really working to kind of stabilize themselves from poverty. There's some work that you're doing, NGO, nonprofit, global, even for some of you, that a lot of people are like, wow, group number three is out there making change. Yeah, they see you as someone who's always observant of what's happening in your community, what's happening in the world. They see you as someone who likes to not only talk about things in terms of the truth of what's happening in different parts of the world or in specific communities. You're going to talk about that, but you also are going to be about that action. So that's your current reputation, is that you're not just a armchair social media activist. You're out there doing stuff in the community and people are like, wow, group number 3, many people respect you. Some of you are still a student while you're doing this work. And when I mean that, it could be like literally you're in college or university. Some of you may just be lifelong learners in the sense of like you're going out and you're learning about what communities need, or the group of people that you're helping. You're maybe dropping in deeper into like their community and understanding their needs. You're really being seen as an activist. You're really being seen, group number 3, and your reputation, you're being seen as someone who's making the kind of change that is being featured in articles, reports. You're getting awards. If you haven't gotten an award yet, Spirit's saying for somebody out there, you're getting ready to get an award for the work you're doing. And they're seeing how you confront powers that be to take accountability with the survival of their most vulnerable people in their society. And so group number 3, you do this with humility, you do it with compassion, but you are really there putting the issues into the forefront. And people just are amazed at how you're able to kind of confront systems that aren't doing what they need to do. Wow. You have a reputation. Somebody in your family is very proud of you. I kind of get there might be someone in your family that is not so approving, but there's someone else in your family that's like, wow, group number 3, I wanted them to do all kinds of things before that I thought would make them have a good life. But this is the life group number 3 chose. And I'm so proud because they're doing work that helps others. I don't know. That felt like a parent's voice, felt like even a grandparent's voice. If you still have a grandparent that's still alive, or, it could be your ancestors too. Yeah. For many of you, you radiate divine feminine energy. Even though you're such a go-getter, you know what I mean? Not that the divine feminine is not a go-getter, but you feel like there's a way in which you balance that feminine energy with also like utilizing the action and the force of the masculine energy. Like you have that down. You really do, group number 3. All right, so let's see what else people are talking about in your current reputation. Yeah, you are. This is interesting because I mean, group number 2 had something about, you know, rising up in their work and career. I feel the same for you, group number 3. But in a way, I feel like you're going to be featured in like magazines and articles and on conference panels because the work you're doing is so important and people are starting to put your face as a lot of this work that you're doing. Yeah, that's going to be coming in soon for you. So watch out for some invitations to be interviewed or to really talk about the work. Those what people are saying too is that you have such a love for what you do that you're not taking it as an opportunity to elevate your own self. But in a way, Spirit is saying that's going to happen. Even if you're uncomfortable about it, you're going to kind of become the face of the particular area of work you're doing. And people are going to think, oh, just for an example, oh, when it comes to feeding children, oh, that's group number 3. And you're going to be like, well, it's really the work we're all doing. And so you're going to be people just notice that about you even now that you're still really humble. You're not social climbing with these issues. Interesting. People are also noticing right now, in terms of your reputation, that you may end up, this is interesting. You may either end up leaving where you're working right now and going to another place, or you may end up leaving this position to do something else. But Spirit is saying here, hold on, what are you saying, Spirit? Yeah, it's almost like you feel like you've done really good work here, but there's something else that's calling you. Hold on. Yeah, here's what's happening. I think that you may take a sabbatical. This is very specific for someone in group number 3, and people may not expect that, but they're like, you've done a lot of good work, I'm hearing, over the years, and it's time for you to go within and really decide what you want to do next. I think some things that are coming up, the recognition of your work, the visibility, it's actually going to send you to go within and take some time out to decide, where are you taking yourself when it comes to this work. Maybe you've seen in many frustrating ways gaps, things that need to change. And maybe you're seeing, okay, I've been working from this side of the table, but maybe I need to switch and work from another side of the table. That's very specific for someone. But I think you're looking at that now. Like, where can you affect more change, group number 3? And so you're asking yourself that. And Spirit's saying you may decide to take a sabbatical, time off, and go within and decide what's coming next for you. Where, yeah, you're looking at this Wheel of Fortune, group number 3, because that's Spirit's final message, is the Wheel of Fortune, which in this deck is so beautiful because it's really encompassing all of nature on this wheel. And at the bottom center is this cauldron, and it has like a infinity sign, meaning, this wheel turns. It keeps turning. And so you're seeing that any change you need to make in your life, group number 3, it's going to be because you understand the nature of this will. You have places you need to grow. You have gaps that you are wondering, should you be the one trying to fill that gap and switch and, transition your work a little bit. So that's going to be on your mind. And so your reputation is that some people, maybe a small group, are noticing that that might be your next move, whether you shared it with them or whether they're kind of peeping that you are ready to make some changes. But regardless of that, group number 3, you have a really awesome reputation. There's many people who are very proud of you and the work that you're doing. So thank you, group number 3. You sound amazing, like everyone else that I've channeled so far, group 2, 1 and 2. So thank you. And we are going to move on to our last group. Group number 4. Hello, group number 4. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. If you just came right into this reading, welcome. And we are channeling your current reputation. And Spirit said, real talk. So, real talk here. And so, group number 4, know that your current reputation, your reputation has to do with people's perceptions and opinions. They may be true, they may not be all true. But usually a reputation is something we have earned, right? So group number 4, I'm here to help you kind of just uncover what is it that people are observing, noticing about you, saying about who you are, and all that great stuff. So I'm finishing shuffling these cards, and I welcome you. If you can take a moment and please give this channeled message a thumbs up if it resonates. And if you haven't joined my channel yet, it's an invitation for you to join by subscribing, clicking the bell. You'll get notified when I upload new readings, which is kind of often now. So, group number 4, your current reputation. What is this current reputation? Wow. This is about you in relationships, group number 4. Your reputation right now is that you are in a sacred union. Wow. And people are around you are noticing you might be with the one. And Spirit is saying, for a few of you, this may be coming in for you, but right now, for many of you in group number 4, this is what you're in. This is your focus. They're saying you're in a really healthy, wholesome relationship. They're even seeing that they see you all are kind of connected at a deeper level. Like they're noticing this relationship is spiritual in many ways. It's interesting. But people are noticing that this relationship in many ways has Spirit's not so much saying that you had to change as a result of this relationship, but this relationship is really uncovering who you are at your core, at your soul level. What else about your reputation? Yeah, I think people are noticing about you, group number 4, is that your previous relationships, or maybe a previous relationship, it was very dramatic for you. This person was not good for you. There was a lot of storytelling that this person did, I think, around your breakup or in the relationship. It was really harmful to you. And for some of you, Spirit said it was harmful to your reputation, even. Some of the things this person was saying. Yeah, this person, I hate to say it, but they were, trigger warning, give you a few seconds. But it is, Spirit is saying this person could have been very verbally abusive. And I hope not physical, but that could have come up for someone. And please, if you're going through something like that, please get help. There's help out there for you to leave any kind of situation like that. But for all of you here, Spirit is saying this is of the past. Like you really had to heal from that past relationship. And so your reputation now, group number 4, is that you found something really, truly healthy. And people are just like, wow, how did group number 4 go from that to something that's so beautiful, so illuminating? It's almost as if people have noticed that you worked with the divine to manifest truly the partnership that you desired. And in many ways, people are saying they recognize that old relationship was never you. That probably that person did a lot of gaslighting, a lot of, shadow work to kind of get close to you. And people were so glad that you emerged from that situation into something, you have the Lover card here, into something where your heart can really be held in a healthy way. So your reputation is that you have survived a really dark experience with love and still emerged with your heart intact. Wow. Someone's really noticing that about you. Yeah. They say that you understand now what a true partner needs to be for you, group number 4. Loyalty, chivalrous, honorable, respectable, but also someone who's like really romantic. You've found a really good person, group number 4. And in that, people are saying this person found you, group number 4, because group number 4 is the ultimate partner. People are saying that your reputation is that you serve when you're in relationships. You're very giving, you're very generous. And even outside of relationships, you tend to be that way in your family and community. People are saying that you volunteer. There's something you do to volunteer. Maybe it may be helping feed people who are houseless or need food. There's some kind of caregiving that you do on the side that makes you, people are saying group number 4 is such a catch, because group number 4, at their heart level, is giving more than just this relationship. Group number 4 understands that we all can heal from destructive impulses. We all should deserve a second chance. And the group number 4, it's kind of like your energy could be, you and group 3 could be good friends, because I think you both understand that the human condition is capable of shifting and changing and healing. And you notice that about yourself. Maybe you do identify as being a survivor of DV. And if you do identify as being a survivor of that, you're helping other people who are trying to leave these same kind of relationships. They see you as very creative, very practical too in your expression. So and this might be people at work too. They're seeing you as also very, you're really, when people talk about you and your reputation, group number 4, you're very creative. People love how they love your vision. They love how you work from that place. Yeah, and they see that you have grown in a way where you're not letting your romantic life interfere with your work. Maybe it did in the past, but right now you keep strong boundaries on your work and the level of work you're doing. You're not bringing in any of your romance stories into other areas of your life. You're kind of just, you're keeping every area of your life grounded in the present moment. And you're not, there's something that people are seeing, that you just, you have these qualities of being very supportive, creative, as well as just kind of a guiding light. For some of you, if you're in the masculine energy and identify as a father, people are seeing that you have really changed with how you're handling and navigating life. You may have had to make some changes, and some of you may be a parent of a young child, and people are in amazement at how you've got your schedules together, you're doing things, and some people are looking at your new relationship as maybe group number 4 is going to get married again, or maybe they found like a good person for to parent with. I mean, there's just a lot here. I think at your core, though, group number 4, people are seeing that you are recognizing your guides, whether that's spirit itself, your ancestors, or your spirit guides or angels. I'm hearing people are seeing that you work with those energies now. And they're saying, wow, I mean, maybe some of you have, even at a very conventional level, you might have joined the church. You're maybe finding that you are getting a lot of help and assistance from your current religion. Yeah, they see you as a survivor. They see you as someone who has been through a lot, but you're still standing. You're still doing the work. You're still showing up. And most of all, they're seeing someone who's still showing up for love. What else, Spirit? Yeah, many people have witnessed you go through something really devastating in the past. It impacted your money. It impacted some of your family and friend relationships. It was something that was almost potentially setting out to try to destroy you. And people are seeing how you have survived so much of this only to build your life again, to recreate your life again from a place of strength, from a place of confidence. Group number 4. You are no longer depressed, low-leveled, tired, exhausted. You now are a rising star. And people are like, wow. And they see you up in the air, like kind of visualizing you as this beautiful bird. You're here just freeing yourself from past limitations. Spirit is saying it, past prison. You freed yourself from that. And now you are an inspiration to many people. Group number 4. You really are. They're like, if group number 4 can do it, so can I. And it's amazing just how much you are able to like model and influence that way. So that's what I have for you, group number 4. I mean, it's awesome. Your power is here. People think you're so powerful. And the changes you have made, quite literally, some people are saying, I don't know if I would have been able to do the same things and have the same results as group number 4. But I think you're the kind of person that will tell them, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So group number 4, thank you for joining me for this channeled message. If it resonates with you, could you please give me a thumbs up? If you like the way that I read and want to stay connected, please subscribe. If you click the bell, you'll get notified when I upload new readings. It is really my pleasure to channel these messages for all 4 groups because I really truly believe you all are some dynamic and special people. Definitely. So I look forward to seeing you all in future readings. Please take care, my honeys.